More yoga, less problems, yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarasvati Hewitt, and besides teaching and practicing yoga, I've studied interpersonal neurobiology through PSU, and so looking at the neuroscience aspects of yoga and meditation. A lot of what I teach now is yin-style yoga, which is passed through a kung fu lineage, and today what I'm going to show you is a low back piece where we're targeting the QL, and so targeting the low back muscles. Part of what makes this a very powerful piece is we're going to hold it for 5 minutes on each side. And so coming onto the back, be sure to use any props that you want. Remember, with that true yin, it's all about targeting an area, and then we start to soften into it. And you'll begin by coming onto the back. And on the back, you're going to take this left leg, and you're going to cross it maybe once or maybe twice over the right leg, like Garuda style. And then dropping that left leg over, and it could go just slightly over, maybe it goes all the way to the earth, but feel free to use the props. It could be a block, a couple bolsters. You might even take this left arm out, and you might even look toward the left fingertips. We just find that very first stretch, and we start to soften in. Remember that in this yin style, we're working not just muscle, but we go deep into the fascia. The fascia takes longer to open, longer to release. But the fascia is the container for the muscle. And so we can do a lot deeper work once we start to open that fascia. I want you to scan the body, noticing what you feel. Maybe you feel this a lot in the shoulder. Maybe you feel it throughout the back. You might even be feeling it in that glute area. Again, 5 minutes on each side. When you release, I want you to observe any kind of clicking, popping movement in the joints. One of the reasons I often give the people this pose is to actually create more mobility and remove pain from the SI joint where you would feel those two bumps in the low back. And so especially if we're needing support in that area, this is a really good pose. That second side, you're going to take that right leg, and again, you're wrapping it maybe once, maybe twice, like Garuda style, and dropping the legs over to that left side. And again, use any props that you need. We just find that very first stretch. And I want you to observe that maybe the sides are completely different. Maybe they're pretty much the same. And for some of my more advanced yin practitioners, we might find that things are changing. When we do this pose, one of the things I have my students think a lot about is where they're spending time within the body. So how do we sit? How do we drive, bike, sleep? Sleep is a big one. And especially in the supine twist, I want you to think about the shapes that we're sleeping in. Remember, the things that we do the most, they shape the body, and the things that we think the most, they shape the brain. That's neuroplasticity. Again, 5 minutes on each side. And when you release, again, observe any kind of clicking, popping movement in the joints. You can learn more about me and what I do at sarasvatihewitt.com. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook. Be sure to connect with me if you have any questions about the neurobiological aspects of yoga and meditation. Thanks, guys.
More yoga, less problems, yeah.